books were a gateway to another dimension, another world, if you will. And sometimes I found myself wanting and wishing to be a part of that world. But seeing as that wasn't humanly possible, I decided to read. One of those authors that took me to somewhere more spontaneous and more exciting than my life was Judy Blume. We can examine the power Judy Blume had in my childhood in three main points of analysis. First, how she affected my life for the better. Second, how she inspired me. And third, how she never stopped working diligently. First, we can see how it affected my life and also the lives of others. When we sat down and read one of Judy Blume's books, the first thing I realized is that she did not make it so that students had to work hard to understand what she was speaking. She simply told it how it was, but didn't tell it where we didn't have to use our brain. She showed us that to truly understand someone's plight, or to understand what someone is going through, we must take into consideration where they came from. Judy Blume showed me, in her vast adventures of second and third grade lives and books, that sometimes, even though we are young, we can still have problems and have to figure out how to solve them. She showed me that to solve problems and that to unify, we must understand that we must come together and use our brain, think of solutions, rather than just relying on someone else. What we can also see Judy Blume did is that she also inspired people. Although her books were about students in the second and third grade, she insinuated some morals into the story. Like how we shouldn't overly rely on others, but we shouldn't walk the road alone. She shows us that to have a community, we can not only trust a few people, rather have trust in everyone. Judy Blume wrote how we should live our lives knowing that despite how others are going to try and knock us down, we have others to help us right back up. Judy Blume shows us in her writing that we can live a life of happiness and trust if we just reach back and help another person do what we know must be done. Judy Blume incessantly showed us this through her writing. And honestly, this is a great way to inspire not only children, but adults of today who believe that to gain success is to just only look after oneself, but instead help society by helping someone else. We can also see how Judy Blume helped us understand how to work diligently. After writing some of her highly acclaimed novels, she simply did not stop. In fact, before she even had those highly acclaimed novels, she had to go through peer reviews and peer edits, go to an editor, see if they would accept her writing. And despite being shot down many times because they didn't believe it would be a success, she did not simply stop. Instead, she worked hard, worked diligently. She strove to do something, and she never let someone say no get in the way of her saying yes. And what I mean by this is that despite other people saying her work could never be inspirational, never be what it is today, she simply said, I don't care what you think. I understand that I know what I can do and I know what I want to do for society. Not only is that her books, she showed us how we should work diligently, but she also showed us how we must understand our goal. In one of her books, the main protagonist, who was a second-year-old student, shows us that despite how her friends always act like they aren't her friends, she always knows that it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people do. She can still do her best and she can still make a difference. Judy Blume isn't some author that we have to disregard. Judy Blume isn't some other author that we can push into the bookcase and forget. Judy Blume played an important role in my life and showed me honestly that despite whatever happens to me, despite what other people say about me, I can make a difference. And that's what Julie Bloom did. She is the epitome of the definition of author. She doesn't simply write books, but she gives us a guide to how we should live our lives, through the better, through the worse. Julie Bloom is always there to show us how working diligently, being an inspiration, and having an effect on a child's life can mean all more than how much money that you get, how much fame that you have. Julie Bloom shows us that being an author is more than writing down words, but the effect you have on others around you. Thank you.